The master behind the maestro, behind the mistress who made the Dollhouse. Stuart Blatt, our production designer, David Conniff, our set decorator, both did an amazing job taking my vision, that's my vision, so vision mine, so clearly the most important, and turning it into this Wonderland tour. When I started going through with Stuart, I had books from Hennessy and Ingalls of spas and different kind of futuristic spaces, but mostly retreats and spas and kind of an Eastern feel, and that's something we went for. The whole idea was to create something that was beautiful, that was lovely to be in, and had good flow, not just in the sense of a space that actors need to move through every week in a different and interesting and natural fashion, but also just flow for the eye, so that everything leads to something else, and it gives you a sense of tranquility, but also a sense that there is something in it that you can't quite see, not shut down, not cubicles, not completely cut off, just obscured. And that's sort of about how the minds of the people in it work. Dr. Saunders' office is the most cut off portion of the Dollhouse. This represents really my brain. Dr. Saunders being hideously scarred, and of course Amy Acker quite homely in the first place, we wanted to keep the doctor in a sort of Phantom of the Opera-like space where she would lurk and not say too much, and be able to see out, but you can't really see in. You can't really see her. It's the only place that's completely private, except occasionally the imprint room. At the same time, it has a very lovely texture to it. It's a very comforting space. The brown is very much about her and how she's a good, deep, decent person, but actually she's twisted. The massage area. Why? To increase the nudity. It's very important that people have a good, relaxed, I'm looking at nude people feel when they watch the show, and nothing does that better than a massage. The gym. This makes me a little nervous. It's a bunch of stuff that I don't know how to use. This is not part of the gym. This is, I don't know what this is. But again, trying for nature elements that are both beautiful but a little stark, a little strange, a little bit, hey, we are actually in a cave. And then, you know, very good over here, I like this detail, the little sculpture there with recessed lighting. It's a little bit 70s, it's a little bit 2008. You know, we're bringing it. We're standing on what was the last element of the Dollhouse that we decided to have to make our tour line producer Kelly insane, which is we call it the koi pond. The koi are terribly, koi did not in fact exist. It's actually a pond with a bunch of pebbles in it. But it was expensive and difficult and heavy. We had a pit here and we didn't know what to do with it, so we thought that water element would help the sort of natural feeling of the Dollhouse, which was the most important thing. And then of course the arts area, where we ended up having a lot of stuff go on, including some cutting, which is always hilarious. But this was always meant to be a sort of meditation / art, working on bonsai trees, working on paintings, just sort of feeling all natural and wonderful and peaceful and zen. Stay with me now. Too many stairs, in my opinion. Unfortunately, the construction was going so fast that I came in to look at it, and they built all of this. And you can see where Topher's lab on the side here goes slightly down. That's the level I actually wanted it to be at, because it had already been built. All I said was, well, let's bring down Topher's lab, because I wanted the two spaces to interact as much as I could. So I didn't get these balcony levels to interact with the lower space as much as I wanted, but I did get an awesome two-level effect in Topher's lab, which makes it a lot more fun to shoot than if it was just one big room, because people can climb over things. And it turns out people really like watching people climb over things. I don't know why. The chair. We had a lot of problems with this chair. This is the second generation chair. First generation chair was ugly and didn't work. But this one is very attractive and lowers and the lights are on just like it should. And this is our science. This is the science in our fiction. So spend a lot of time looking at it, because that's all we got. That's all the science that we figured out for this. There's blood. There's blood. What does it mean? It happened in a later episode. This is Topher's lab, obviously the beating heart of everything. Topher creates them. We use this, which lowers down. Sometimes he does it with his computer. He sticks a wedge in there. He creates these personalities. He plays a lot of toys. He takes a lot of phone calls, and generally he panics a lot when things are going wrong. He's a great guy. He reminds me of me. And the whack-a-mole, which is a great sort of, not only great detail, but how I think of Topher. They pop their heads up, he knocks them down again. So I think that says everything we need to know about him. And coming through, we have the upper area. We were going to have the gym and some other things up here, and then they told us what it would cost to put a platform in for all that equipment, and we decided that was a terrible idea. And finally, the other stairs. Very beautiful, very dark woody, very comforting. You can see through them, which gives you another place to shoot through. Actually, this came all the way down. We added this after we shot the pilot because we needed to be able to get in there. Otherwise, we had to circle back, and there was no flow, which was a big problem. So what you're looking at is an entire soundstage, and that is the main body of the Dollhouse.